Morning all. Alright, so news of the day video combined with a preview for your Tuesday, May the 7th. We have two games tonight in the National Hockey League, but we'll start off with the news. Starting with Travis Green. Travis Green finished the season as the head coach of the New Jersey Devils, but as an interim head coach, and now he's been hired as the Ottawa Senators head coach, reportedly to a 4-year deal. He also coached the Vancouver Canucks from 2017 through 2022 and had a pretty good track record at times in Vancouver, not so much towards the end, of course. And so hopefully Green has a good run with the Ottawa Senators, a team that desperately needs to get back to the playoffs. And so, all the best to him in that challenge. And I do think it's going to be a challenge in the East. The Hart finalists have been revealed, and much like all of the other finalists for the awards, not a surprise, Connor McDavid, Nathan MacKinnon, and Nikita Kucherov are your Hart finalists, and the arguing continues. I would say, honestly, if I had a vote in it, I'd give Nathan MacKinnon that vote. I think he was the most valuable player during the entire 82-game schedule, but totally understand votes for Kucherov, totally understand votes for McDavid as well. So we'll see how it goes. But again, my vote likely would have gone to MacKinnon. The other head coaching job that's been settled is in St. Louis. And I say settled because Drew Bannister's staying. And if you watch the way St. Louis played after he took over from Craig Berube, we would totally understand why he's sticking around. A 30-19-5 record St. Louis had under his employ. So, removing the interim tag from Bannister makes a lot of sense, and we'll see how St. Louis does next season with him behind the bench. But based on his record after he took over, they could be pretty good. So, we'll see how things go. But again, St. Louis, a team that just barely missed the playoffs this year. With the right moves in the offseason, you just never know what the Blues might do. Rob Blake, so a general manager that's kind of under the gun a little bit here, trying to improve the LA Kings. And now what I've started to see is people looking back at moves he's made over the last 3 years and basically saying he in order to try to speed up the rebuild and make this team into a contender, he traded away future assets that have turned out to be pretty good. Now, he's also saying there's no plans to buy out P.L. Dubois' contract. Now, the interesting part of that, too, is that if the NHL playoffs ended early, that they could buy out P.L. Dubois at age 25, which costs you a third of what that contract's worth. If they do it after his 26th birthday, then it costs you a two-thirds of what it's worth. And that's been debated about, like, are they going to try to buy him out? And he's saying, no, they are not going to buy out Pierre-Luc Dubois' contract, which I don't know if that's going to make Kings fans happy. I know the media has been talking a lot about how, hey, they can buy him out but doesn't sound like it's going to happen. And again, he's about to turn 26. They may not have the opportunity to buy him out before his 26th birthday anyways, depending on when the season ends. Buyout season gets kind of ugly. I will talk more about that once we get there. The decision about Jim Hiller and whether or not he's going to stay on as head coach is going to be made over the next few weeks. So not really a ringing endorsement yet, but again, some teams are like that. They may very well come back and say, we'll keep Hiller, or maybe they will make a change. There's definitely a lot of movement behind benches in the National Hockey League right now. It feels chaotic compared to other years, but the reality is it's almost always chaotic. That's why you'll see a coach who's had the job for like 2 years and find out in terms of tenure, he's in the top 10 in the NHL. And that seems to be something that goes back to the whole time I've watched hockey. So, anyways, all the best to Jim Hiller on being able to keep the job. But I don't think they do that. I think they look some in another direction. But we will see. There's definitely a lot of coaching candidates available right now. Frank Saravalli, in reporting on the upcoming Canucks Edmonton series, saying that Thatcher Demko's earliest return date could be Game 5, but it's more likely going to be Game 6 or Game 7 if he's going to make a return. The good news is the Canucks have got past the first round not needing Demko, other than the one win he had in the series. The bad news is the Edmonton Oilers very likely to be harder to knock out than the Nashville Predators, and I don't know that Sheloves is going to put up a shutout against them, but who knows? I didn't think Sheloves was going to get a shutout against Nashville either. So again, I'm just enjoying the ride right now, which brings us to tonight's preview. So the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Rangers meet up for game two, and the Rangers really controlled that first game. Can they control game two as well and really put Carolina under the gun? This starts at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Aho, 2 goals, 3 assists for Carolina so far in this run. Gensel, they need a goal from Gensel, I think. A goal, 4 assists, 5 points from Gensel. Burns, a goal and 2 assists. Probably use a point there. Freddie Anderson had a rough game one. His overall number now is down to .899 as a save percentage. He needs to be better in game two. On the Rangers side, Lafreniere has been quite good. He has 5 assists, so he's probably due for a goal for them. There's Will Cooley with 0 points and 7 shots. That pause was because I had a sneezing fit that turned into a coughing fit, so that was fun. Being old and all that. But anyways, yeah, Will Cooley due for a point. He's had the 7 shots. I think Cooley's played well. Adam Fox, just the 3 assists so far. Probably due for a goal as well. And Shesterkin, a .921 save percentage, has continued a strong run. I didn't think he had a great first game, but he didn't really have to have a great first game. He was good. And so we'll see how things go tonight. 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific start between Colorado and the Dallas Stars. So this is the start of this series. We'll see whether or not my voice holds out for this. But on the Colorado side, they're on the road to start this series. They were on the road to start the last series. They didn't have a great first game against the Jets. Will they have a great first game against Dallas? I'm thinking they'll be a little more ready for the Dallas game than they necessarily were for the game against the Winnipeg Jets. Yakov Trenin had 1 goal in that first round against Winnipeg, so just the 1 goal for him. Valerian Shushkin, who of course was a Dallas Star at one point, had 7 goals in the first round. He's been known to score a goal or 2 against the Dallas Stars when he plays them as well. And Sean Walker, no points in that first round, but 8 shots for Sean Walker, so he's probably due for a point or 2. Georgiev with a .900 save percentage. That save percentage got better and better during the first round. Dallas will be looking to injure that save percentage a little bit. Make a little bit of a dent in it. Anyways, on the Dallas side, Stankoven, just the 2 assists so far in the playoffs. But Stankoven's been very prominent for the Dallas Stars at both ends of the ice, and honestly, could have had more points in that first round series against Vegas. Sam Steele, just the 1 assist. Steele, I think, has been putting in a lot of hard work. Maybe he's due for a goal. Tanev doesn't have a point in the playoffs. Doesn't need to. It doesn't matter. He was a +6 in that first round. Chris Tanev was a huge part of the reason that the Dallas Stars moved on past the first round and are now going to play against the Colorado Avalanche. And Jake Ottinger got better as that series went along as well. .925 save percentage. For Dallas, it's going to be a question of whether or not the defense holds up. For Colorado, it's going to be a question of whether or not they can light up Dallas the way they lit up Winnipeg. And it is different. Like going into the Winnipeg series, you knew that the Jets had their defensive struggles on and off over about the 6 weeks before the playoffs started. Dallas has got better as the season's gone along. And so, yeah, I'm not really all that concerned. I know what All-Stars Colorado has. I don't have, the grand expectations of a team I root for winning the Stanley Cup. I'm still just enjoying the ride, and so we'll see how it goes tonight. But let me know your picks in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm now going to go have like a drink of milk or something for this, and then get into the rest of the videos for today. But thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.